Hey guys, my name is Arabia Scaraby, also known as Kian, and I am on this week's Freedom Friday. I'm going to be showing you how to get this sort of mermaid music festival eye look. And yeah, if you want to know how to do this, just keep on watching. So I've already done my base, just to speed things up a bit, because we're only doing an eye tutorial in this video. But I did use the Freedom Brow Pomade in Caramel Brown to do my eyebrows. And then I did use the Pro Conceal palette in Light just to clean them up a bit. And yeah, so moving straight onto it, we are going to be using these two palettes today mainly from Freedom, which is the Spirit Doll palette and then the Exotica palette. I'm going to be using these two right here. To start off, I'm actually going to be using one of the blushes from this palette. I'm going to be using this one up here as our sort of transition crease shade, just to, because we're doing like a very mermaidy sort of festival look. And this is just like a really nice peachy orange shade. So I'm just going to be applying that in the crease with a big blending brush, just to really diffuse things out. Moving into the Exotica palette, I'm going to be using this bright green here, and again on a different blending brush, and just tapping off the excess, and we're just going to go directly over what we just applied. And going in with the same brush, we're going to be dipping into this sort of teal sort of shade up here. And we're just going to be focusing this on the outer edge mainly, tapping off the excess. Just drop the palette. We're going to be concentrating this on the outer sort of edge of our eye. So around about here, and we're just going to be diffusing this out. And with a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go over the dark edges just to really blend them into the green. We're just doing this like backwards and forward motions and circular motions just to really diffuse the color out. We're quickly going to move on to the under eye, and then we'll go back up to finish the lid. Then we're taking that again, that blush shade from the Spirit Doll palette. And I am just going to be applying this underneath my eye. Just to, we're going to smoke it out a bit, but not too much. Then going back in with that teal sort of shade from the Exotica palette. I'm just going to be adding that as well. You can always go back in with a different blending brush and just diffuse it out a bit, because it will look a bit awkward and strange. Pencil type brush, I'm going to be going in with the Spirit Doll palette, and I'm just going to be going with this shimmery purple shade. And I'm just going to be, oh, there's a hair in my eye, applying this in the section we missed out in the front. Just to give us that sort of mermaidy festival vibe. For our lid, I'm going to be using, there's a brush in the camera. Now for the lid, I'm going to be using the concealer palette and just a small brush, and I'm just going to be taking, but you can take any shade you want, I'm just going to be taking the lightest shade, and we're basically going to be cutting the crease, just cleaning things up basically. So with this, you can go as big or as small as you really want, depending on how much lid you want to be shown. Instead of using a shadow from palettes, I'm going to be using a highlighter. This is the Pro Highlighter in Brighton. That is, it's just like an iridescent sort of pink. I'm just going on to the flat brush, picking up quite a lot of product because I want this to be like really shimmery. And we're just going to apply that over the concealer. And this is just going to really amplify this pink shade. Finish up the shadows. I'm going to be going back in with the Exotica palette one last time, and I'm going to be taking this shade here, which is one of the highlighters I believe, on a pencil brush again. And I'm going to be putting this in the inner corner of my eye. So here. And I'm going to be taking up a bit into here just to really brighten up this section. Again, just applying it in the inner corner of our eye. Taking it up into here. That just really brightens up the eye. And yeah, so I'm going to quickly go and do liner and lashes, and I'll be back for one final step. Right guys, so now that our eyes are basically finished, this is it. I quickly just want to address this as well. Sorry that the lighting has changed. The sun has gone down, so I'm now using lamps, so sorry if it's a bit off or anything. But a step before I entirely finish my face is I want to add fake freckles. So I'm going to be going in with the Freedom Brow Pomade in Caramel Brown, which is the same I use for my brows. And I'm going in with like a little liner brush, like that. And I'm legitimately just going to dot this in. And then just take off some of the excess on the lid because, you know, I want these to look as real as possible, but being fake. Right, so I haven't really done this before, but we're going to give it a go. So I'm just going to dot them around a bit. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly finish up the rest of my face, aka my lips, and we'll basically be done. Right, this is the completed look. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you really want to, you can check out my channel, which is Arabia Scarabee, or you can check out my Instagram, which is Arabia_Scarabee_. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you guys again soon.